my punch is all ready to go. I've got a long thread, and here's something that I learned. I've got two rolls of sulky thread, which I love to punch with. So they're both loaded in here, and if you put them in a little cup, something like this, it keeps them from rolling away from you, just keeps them close. You want to be able to punch and not have your thread impeded at all. If it's impeded, it will pop stitches out. So I'm just going to go ahead and start punching. Tail down. The other thing that I like to do, I find that these threads that I've left as tails, they get in my way and I can't see to precisely place my next punch. So I'll kind of trim these down. And then if you don't want them flying everywhere, because when you start punching, they'll pop and fly everywhere, I like to just clean up, and this keeps everything so neat. You can see what I missed. Go back. This is why you need those little sharp scissors. Okay, so that's cleaned up. Sometimes as I get going, I actually will have both hands going, and I will use my scissors to hold my thread as I go. So maybe you'll see that as I get going. Okay. Hopefully you can see this pretty well. I usually punch a little bit closer than this, but for filming, I'm going to keep it right here. And see how that thread just kind of is in my way? I'm going to trim it and kind of move him out of the way so that I can kind of keep going. And you can see, now my threads aren't, my punches are not super straight. They're spaced a little bit, and you think, oh my word, is that going to work? Well, if you turn it over and look, you can see that it is filling in nicely. These little crowns, they don't look that great right now, but when you put the background in, it will actually straighten up and make these look much nicer. So that's why I like to punch the details first and then go into doing, and this will happen too, your thread's going to get impeded. You need to keep it free as you're turning and following your work. And if I have to stop or if I need to change threads, I actually like to use my scissors to do that as well. I'll pull out a little bit, I hold the thread down and can pull, and then I can trim. But you want to make sure you're not hitting these together because you could cause a burr. And that's just how you punch. Next, I'll work on some of these other details, and we can have this done in a couple of nights.
So Nan, when you're doing it, do you usually do the detail first, then and the background second?
Yes, I always do the detail first, and because you'll get these little, you'll have like your stem or these little crowns, and the background will actually help them to stand, and you'll use your scissor or your needle to kind of separate the threads out. So you really do want to get your detail in first, and then go to your background, and then you kind of make your way out.